Hey patrons, this is Jim, the tabletop engineer. I need some new soldiers. I'm going to be playing a game of Bug Hunt, and I rolled up a squad of 5 colonial militia. That's what they're called. And I don't have them, and I want them to be distinct from the regular soldiers. So I'm going to be painting them up in some different color schemes. I've also made them, they have the standard equipment and weapons, but they're all wearing like baseball caps and jungle hats and things like that. So they'll be able to be distinguished from the rest of them. But what I'm going to do is, you probably just watched, I did a time lapse of my assembly of them. I need to let the glue dry and set really well. This is the, Tamiya extra thin. The miniatures, by the way, are this Death Fields from Wargames Atlantic, the Oorah. Absolutely one of my favorite boxes. 24 miniatures in a single box. And I've made, I think, all but 6 of them. You get 4 sprues, 6 soldiers each. Yeah, so I've still got 1 more sprue. And then I've got all these extra parts that I can do fun things with. So highly, highly recommend the Oorah if you're looking for like marine type figures with cool weapons and uniforms and stuff. So up next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime them. As soon as the glue dries, I'm going to get them primed, and then I'm going to paint them. And I'll record all that and chat with you while I'm doing it. Hang tight. All right, I'm not going to basically shoot video of every bit of the painting of these figures, but I've got 5 soldiers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some other ones are primed that I'll paint later, but these are going to be a militia group for my sci-fi campaign called Bug Hunt. And there's 5 of them in the group, and I want them to have a cohesive look. I want them to be able I want to be able to spot them on the table and know which group they're belonging to. So I was pondering on a color scheme, and I think I'm going to go with yellow. I know that sounds weird, but I think just a yellow for the pants and the shirt, and then all the other stuff will be painted whatever color I need. But what I do is I tend to paint sort of assembly line. So what I do is I get a skin color. In this case, I'm going to choose peachy flesh. And yes, all of them will be white guys, but I just I don't have any colors that I think look good for the other skin tones. I need to work on that. That's one thing I definitely want to do, is try to develop more variety in my skin tones. So what I'm going to do here is, if I can get the bottle top on, there we go. These are speed paints, and by the way, the bottles are somewhat gunky, and I don't know why they do that. So I'm going to paint the hands and feet first, and you'll have to forgive me because I do wear glasses if I can find them. Oops, sorry. Let me see. What'd you do with your glasses? Hang on one second. What did you do with the glasses? Come on. Found them. Yeah, I need specs to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to I'm using what number is this? This is a 5/0. I have no idea. I don't know what I don't know what the numbers mean. But I'm just gonna paint their arms and their faces all at once. And usually I try to paint 4 or 5 minis at a time, because by the time you finish the 5th one, the first one has dried. And so you can just keep on going. But you'll have to play around. The speed paints do somewhat dry pretty quick, especially if you're just doing one little coat like I'm doing here. Now, I'm not gonna, people who know me know I always say this: I am not a professional painter. I don't pretend to be. I don't want to be. All I want to do is get my miniatures painted so I can get them on the table. That is my primary goal. So I'm not a perfectionist by any means, and I just get enough paint on them to make them look good on the table. But if there's small errors, I don't lose any sleep over it. I do make errors, trust me on that. I have a set of these that are painted with blue. The pants and the shirts are blue, and I also have one that's painted green. Do I have those? Green and blue. Yes, I do. Uh-oh, I think I just broke something. I did. I broke an arm off one. Okay, I'll have to glue it back on. So here's the blue one, and here is the green one. And these all come from the same set that I showed you earlier, and that Oorah kit. But if you want them all to look the same, go for it. I figure I'll use them for different games too. So I may want to have some differentiation in the colors, not just of their clothes, but maybe also of their weapons and things like that. I gave these guys backpacks also. Right here, all 5 of them have this backpack, so that's something unique to the miniatures. Can't believe I broke that off. I'll paint this one. Well, I have to do it now, because if I don't, I will never get it done. So, hang on one second. I will get this repainted, or re-glued. Because like I said, I tend to want to do these in bulk, or 4 or 5 at a time. And if I don't, if I put this one off till later, I may forget how I did the color schemes. Usually I don't, but all right. I thought for sure these were dried enough, but apparently this one this one only has 1 foot that's able to be glued. The other one's a toe, so he's only got 1 focal point, so I'm just going to let him be. We'll paint him later, and hopefully I get the rest of these guys aren't breaking. I thought I gave them over a couple hours to for the glue to set, but maybe that wasn't enough. Usually it is. Usually 2 hours is plenty, but that one may have just not been set properly, because like I said, it was just the 1 foot that is down, so it's just got 1 contact point with the base. And did I do his face? Yeah, I did. Okay, so this guy's got a beard. That's kind of funny. And where's the other one? This is the last one for the skin tone. I've got to also get better at not wasting so much paint. I have this habit of squeezing out too much. So I think I'm going to start I think I'm just going to start squeezing out just like 1 or 2 drops. And then if I need more, I will get it. Because I tend to underestimate or overestimate how much I'll need, and I squeeze it out, and then I end up with some wasted. So I hate to waste the flesh color, but I can't put it back in the bottle at this point. And the other minis over here that I have to paint are robots. So that flesh paint is not going to be very useful to me right now. Got their ears, got to get under his chin. All right, there we go. All right, so the arms, they're all wearing gloves. So the arms and the faces are done. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at this first guy and definitely want to hit the yellow. So we're going to go with, now when it comes to the speed paints, I only have 3 yellows. I have Maize Yellow, Zealot Yellow, and Ancient Honey. And honestly, they almost all appear the same in terms of the color here. This one's definitely brighter. I don't want that one. So I think I'm going to go with the Zealot Yellow. It's the more dull looking, matte looking yellow. So let's try it. And again, the great thing about speed paints is they dry pretty quick, and if you don't like it, you could take it off with water before it really hardens, or you could just prime the model again. All right, 2 drops. That's all I want to put. Come on, just 2 drops. 1, 2. Now what's funny is it looks red in color, but when you put it on a white primed model, it actually is yellow. It's sort of a gold yellow. It's got a unique color. It's kind of hard to describe, but where it gets into the recesses, it looks reddish orange, but on the surface, it looks yellow. So whoever designed it at Army Painter, it was a really, to me, it's one of my favorite colors because of the way it behaves. Coming out of the bottle, like I said, it looks red, but then when you get it onto a white primed mini, the yellow comes out, and then in the crevices, it sort of is a darker orangish color. It's pretty cool. Now what I'm doing is I don't care about the details right now. I'm just going over the pants. I try to avoid the shoes, the boots. There are some knee pads on here, and I might go back and hit them with some other color, but we'll wait and see how this one looks when it's all said and done and dried. When I'm painting the boots, I don't care if the paint gets on the base, because I usually do the base last with a thicker silver paint or black. I paint it black first, and then I dry brush it. So any spillover from the boots, it won't matter to me. Now this guy is wearing a vest. I think most of them are. Yeah, they're all wearing a vest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do the pants and the shirt sleeves yellow, and I'm going to do the vest in something different. I don't know yet what, but we'll figure it out when we get there. I don't want them to be like totally yellow and flesh color, so I want to give them some distinct coloration. So there we go. So there's the yellow done. I could do the hat. Yeah, I'm gonna do the hat. This guy has a jungle, I don't know what you call those safari hat. I call them mission hats because I have the one that's the Mission name brand, and I love that hat so much. It's kind of like that. It's wide brimmed. Some people call them jungle hats, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with yellow. Some of these guys have the jungle hat, and some of them have ball caps. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. But these are militia, so they're not supposed to, they're not supposed to. I guess they don't have helmets so much. All right, that guy is done. Now probably what I'm going to do here is time lapse this, so you don't have to watch me paint all the yellow ones, and then I'll come back to a non-time lapse after the yellow is done. Now that I've got them all based yellow with their clothes, I'm going to use Gravelord Gray for the vest and the bags that they carry around their waist. Gravelord Gray is one of my favorite colors of the speed paints because it's supposed to be black or dark gray, but after you put it on, it leaves, I don't know how to describe it, it leaves detail. Like it can take the appearance of black or very dark gray, but it leaves a detail behind so you can see where you've painted. Hard to describe. I'm just not got the words for it, but hopefully when I take some close-up pictures, you'll see what I'm talking about. Not bad. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're going to do the job. Like I said, they're easy to spot on the table. They're not Marines, they are a Colonial Militia. So I've got them in their own color scheme here. And I painted the bases silver. And what I'll do is after the silver dries, I'll give the silver a dark wash with some Army Painter dark tone. And then I will give them a lacquer spray paint matte to seal the paint and protect it. And that is it. 5 new soldier minis. Again, these are from the Oorah Atlantic Wargames box set. I'll put a link in the video description where you can find these. And I just can't get over them. I love how distinct they look. So, you know, here's the blue ones, here's the yellow ones, and then here is the green one. So they all have a unique look, but they all sort of fall in the same universe. You can tell they're all from the same kit, roughly. But it's fun to see what a different color paint will do. And so now I've got 5 minis to represent the Colonial Militia, and I am ready to play my next game of Bug Hunt. So stay tuned, keep your eyes out for that one, and you should recognize these guys in that new video. All right, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me as I did this quick little paint job for some new minis, and I'll see you in the next video. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.